Hello, this is Afful Banson and welcome to the Young Achievers Network. I trust that these podcasts are helpful to you and they are enabling you and strengthening you with enough information and wisdom to move forward towards your resolutions for the new year and your vision and plan for the next 10 years. Before we go any further, give me a thumbs up so that the YouTube algorithm will recommend this video to more people. Help me raise my subscribers, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed to this channel, subscribe yourself. Today we are looking at an interesting topic titled The Way of Transgressors. Let us do some definition work from the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. A transgressor is, number 1, a lawbreaker. Number 2, a violator of commands. And number 3, a breaker of boundaries or limits. A transgressor is someone who breaks laws, violates commands, and breaks boundaries or limits. Laws, commands, boundaries, and limits are often good. Sometimes there are certain laws, certain commands, and boundaries or limitations that help us. And they help us because they do the following. Number 1, they keep society together so that we don't have anarchy in the society. Without laws, we would live in a confused society. We would live in an anarchy, and that is not something anybody wants. Number 2, they protect us and preserve life. Laws, commands, boundaries, and limitations protect and preserve life. For example, if you are driving on the road and there's a traffic light, a red traffic light, the law says you must stop. What if you decide to drive through that traffic light? You are likely to have an accident. So this boundary, this limitation, this command or law is actually protecting and preserving us. Number 3, boundaries and laws and limitations and commands make success and failure predictable. You see, success is by law, and therefore if you are breaking the law, then anyone can predict, including yourself, that you will fail. If you are obeying the laws of success, then you can predict, given time, that you will succeed. Number 4, the laws, commands, and boundaries or limitations ensure longevity. They help us live longer. When you obey the laws of health, you live longer. When you obey the laws of wealth, you keep your money longer. When you obey the laws of relationships, your relationships last longer. So these laws ensure longevity. Every society is dependent on the laws and the commands in that society, the boundaries and the limitations people keep. Because your freedom is only limited to where my freedom begins. Your freedom ends where my freedom begins. So you cannot, in the name of freedom, intrude upon my rights. This is what some people are doing today, and it's creating confusion. They believe that they have the right to have their own sexual orientation. That's okay. But when they want to impose that sexual orientation on someone else and educate someone else's child to embrace the same sexual orientation, we have a problem of someone overstepping their boundaries. So we must ensure that we keep to our boundaries so that all of us can enjoy a level of freedom. And remember, there is no freedom without boundaries. There is no freedom without laws. There is no freedom without certain commands and limitations. Let me give you some examples. We have spiritual laws. One of these spiritual laws is whatever a person sows, they will reap. So when you sow evil, you reap evil. When you sow good, you reap good. When you sow kindness, you reap kindness. Whatever you sow, you reap. So if you are reaping evil, if you are reaping poverty, if you are reaping people fighting against you and hating you, check the seeds you are sowing. If you want to reap kindness, if you want to reap goodwill, if you want to reap mercy, then sow the same thing. For whatever you sow, you shall reap. Another example is natural laws. We have natural laws like the laws of flotation, the laws of gravity, the laws of motion, the laws of flight, the laws of aerodynamics. A typical law is the law of gravity, which says whatever that goes up must come down. And so if you decide to disobey the law of gravity and jump from a 4-story building, you are going down, you are not going up. So when you break these laws, you actually break yourself. So this is an example of a law. So we have spiritual laws and we have natural laws. Then we have constitutional laws. You commit a crime and you go to jail. So when you find yourself in a society where people commit crimes and they don't go to jail, you have found yourself in a society that is falling apart. In fact, the more laws you need in your constitution, the more depraved and corrupt the society is. The more morally upright a society is, the less laws they need. The last example is traffic regulations. You stop at red lights and you maintain speed limits so that we minimize or totally cancel accidents. And so when we decide not to stop at red lights and not to maintain speed limits, we increase our chances of having accidents. Now let's look at the way of transgressors. What are the traits of these lawbreakers? Command violators. What are their traits? How do we identify them? Number one, they look for any opportunity to break established laws and attempt to get away with it. That's a transgressor. Anyone who is always looking for a loophole, looking for a way around the law, to break the established law and attempt to get away with it is a transgressor. The second trait, they look for shortcuts to success. Someone said, the shortest cut to success is realizing that there is no shortcut. Number three, they have unnecessary needs that they must gratify. If you find someone who has so many unnecessary needs and they feel that they have to gratify all of these needs, you have found a potential transgressor of the law. Because their needs are so much, they look for any opportunity to meet those needs. Number four, they look to others who have broken the laws in the past. Whenever they are breaking laws, they relate to others. This person did it and nothing happened to them, so I can also do it and get away with it. That is the way of the transgressor. Now, if you are a transgressor, what is your end? Number one, you shall be destroyed, because you will eventually reap what you sow. The transgressor shall be destroyed. Number two, you shall receive no mercy when the time is up. When your judgment is up, when your cup is full, you shall receive no mercy. So now that your cup is not full, now is the time to change your mind, to repent of your evil ways, and to become a law-abiding citizen. Number three, they shall be cut off from the earth. That's right, your life shall be cut off. You shall die before your time. Number four, they shall become perverse. In other words, you just get worse and worse. You will never get any better. You may try, but as long as you are bent on breaking laws and getting away with it, you will only get worse and worse. Number five, they shall be snared by their own naughtiness. Your own evil deeds will become a trap for you. So every evil act you are embarking on is setting you up for a trap that you cannot escape from. Number six, they shall eat violence. Transgressors will eventually receive violence as the reward. People shall be mean to you for you being mean to other people. They end up in jail and people are violent towards them in jail because of all the evil they have done. Number 7, they will be overthrown by God. If you don't believe in God, you better start believing, because He believes in you. He created you, and He will only tolerate immorality and law breaking for a short time. When your cup is full, He will overthrow you. Number 8, they shall receive a just reward for what they have done. Every transgressor shall receive a just reward. And finally, your way is hard. The way of the transgressor is hard. And so if you want to eliminate yourself from this hard way, if you want to leave this path of hardness, and you want to get into the path that is good, it is not too late. Change your ways. Change your ways. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a transgressor, today is a good day to change. Today is a good day to turn around. Today is a good day to say enough is enough. This has been Afful Banson with the Young Achievers Network. Give me a thumbs up and share this video with your friends. Sayonara.